Welcome, brothers and sisters, to our Advent Bridge series, day 13. Today we hear that the Lord instructs us with His commands, with things that are beneficial for us. As soon as we hear the word commands, we feel uncomfortable, like an imposition, like a set of rules that are thrust upon us that we have to conform to, although we are so uncomfortable. That's not right, because the Lord sets His precepts and commands so that we can embrace them as beneficial, as good for us. And therefore we find out that this divine peace, the messianic peace, the shalom, that the happiness comes from, will be reigning in us. Oftentimes people say, how come I feel lost, imperfect, or completely without understanding what's happening? It is because we might have disregarded His commands, thinking that on our own, without God's precepts, we would be able to move on with life and go about disregarding His word. That's wrong. That's why there is a distress, there is a restlessness in our hearts, because He instructs us with what is beneficial for us, not with what we think is good for us, but with what He considers as very important and helpful. And we are called to embrace what the Lord is giving us as a gift, not as an external imposition on us. When we speak about these commands, probably we think about those 10 commandments and other precepts. But I would like to encourage us today to look at them as the commands during the day that He will inspire us with. For example, if we are open to the guidance of the Holy Spirit, He will tell us, don't speak roughly to that person. Be patient with that individual. Be patient with yourself. Stop speaking. Stop wasting your time on the social media. How come you are watching that movie that is not helpful for your spiritual life? How about if you go and help that person who is in need? If we are not connected with the Lord, if we don't hear His voice, we can easily miss, we'll not even hear what He has to say. But when He commands us, this is a sweet voice that does not force us, as the devil does, but sweetly encourages us to follow His will that is beneficial for us. And therefore, today, first, I would like us to ponder whether we take seriously the precepts of the Lord, His commands, His word, His guidance that brings us peace. If we are not at peace, maybe we rebel against His will, against His word. And the second thing, to be open, saying, Lord, teach me, instruct me, guide me, and show me what is right for my soul, for my life, so that I can go about my day doing what is pleasing to You. Therefore, serving others, being patient, as I said earlier, basically listening to His sweet commands and guidelines, I would say, so that we find ourselves at peace at the end of the day, saying, I have been doing Your will to the best of my ability. I made mistakes, but Lord, instruct and guide me on Your path. God bless you, brothers and sisters, as we continue our Advent Bridge series.